Good morning, YouTubers. T Square with T Square Talk. Hope everybody's having a great day. Hope everybody had a good Veterans Day. It was an enjoyable day for me. I went to a couple different restaurants. Got to eat for free. Got to hang out with other veterans. I always enjoy that. Talking about different VA issues, different military things, stuff going on in the world. It's kind of a good opportunity to talk to other people that I don't want to say are like-minded, because I also like talking to people that are not like-minded, but every once in a while it's just a fun thing to do. Veterans Day is probably one of my favorite holidays, so I hope everybody enjoyed it. With that being said, it is time for another awesome video, and have I got an awesome video for you guys today. Today I want to talk a little bit about the selling that's going on. And I had a comment yesterday that basically went something along the lines of the only people that are complaining about the price going up and that are like saying how it's going to come down and they're whining that it keeps going up and whatever are the people that either sold or they didn't buy any. And I would pretty much agree with that almost 100%. There are a lot of people that are disgruntled. They sold their position. Now things really don't seem like they're getting any better in the world, and it looks like precious metals are going to keep going up. A lot of stuff I believe will be going up, but precious metals are the easy one. They're the easy one because you can buy them and essentially just put them away. Nobody really knows what you got. It's yours. It's put away. It's safekeeping. It's future wealth, and chances are it's going to be worth a lot more by the time you go to retire, or by the time you need it and have to sell it. That's not a guarantee. Obviously, the stuff we talk about is not financial advice. It's entertainment, and it's my opinions. I have to say that, obviously, because there are issues out there, and there are people out there that want to kind of, I don't know, they want to complain when other people call something wrong, I guess you could say, or they put some information out there and all of a sudden people are unhappy because they didn't become a millionaire overnight. Unfortunately, we live in a world where instant gratification is essentially what people are after. They don't want to put the work in for a solid relationship. They want instant fix. They don't really want to put the work in to build up a nice stack. They don't want to put the work in to get healthy. They want quick fix. They want pills. They want to be rich overnight. And I'm guilty of that. I'm not going to sit here and lie to you and tell you that I'm not guilty of that. You know how I am when it comes to the whole medical thing and health thing. But, I think people just need to kind of take their time and work at it. And, right now, there's a lot of people that are looking for the exit on silver. They've made a good profit, and they think, hey, this is the top. Usually they get emotional about it. They see it go up. Someone puts some fear in their head that the price is going to go down. And let's be honest. What kind of information do you think is more out there? Do you think there's more information out there saying that silver is going to go higher? Or do you think there's more information out there that says silver's probably going to have a big pullback? Mainstream media is controlled. They control the narrative. They control what they're going to say, what stories they're going to push, and who do you think owns them? Do you think poor people own it, or do you think, everyday people, or do you think the rich elites? The rich elites mostly own that stuff. And so they can put out whatever story that they want to put out. And if they want to put out stories of huge pullbacks and devastation in the silver and gold market and this and that. But here's what I want people to really think about for a quick minute. And there's no dispute. There's no denying that there's a lot of selling taking place right now. There is a ton of selling. And even with the selling that's happening, you can go to any coin store, ask them, hey, are you buying more or are you selling more? You can look on YouTube videos, see what's happening more. More people selling, more people buying. A lot of us here in the community, we're buying. We are taking advantage of the dip. And the dip is right now, essentially looks like it's over. I mean, we're back up to $51. By the time you tack a premium on there, you could be up to $54. And, on top of that, you have us slowing down, and you have an economy that is pretty well slowing down, and you have a fair amount of people that are selling. However, you still got the price going up. Why do you think that is? There's obviously some big players out there that are secretly buying up. They're buying more and more of it. Now, these players could be companies. They could be companies like Tesla that knows they're going to need more silver. Could be companies like Samsung that recognizes, hey, we might go to silver state batteries and put silver in the batteries so we can recharge quicker, so they last longer, and all these different things. And they see the writing on their wall. They see that silver is going to continue to climb in price. And so they're buying despite us seeing a lot of selling happening. There's still huge short positions out there on silver. And those short positions are kind of sitting on the sideline, hoping to see it come down. And they've got time, a certain amount of time, before they have to settle those contracts. It wasn't long ago that we were seeing the LBMA putting huge premiums on silver, willing to pay almost more money, essentially, top dollar, to get bigger, purer silver in. To the point where they weren't even messing with 90%, 40%. I have heard that they're back buying 90%. I haven't been able to confirm that yet. I've only heard it from one source. So I wasn't going to get into talking about that too much. If you have heard something from your local dealers, ask me. Hey, what's going on? Are they back buying 90%? Are they back buying sterling silver? The person that I heard it from, he's fixing to sell a bunch of sterling silver and send it in to have it melted down. That's what he does. He flips a lot of stuff, and he don't want to really hang on to that type of stuff. I did ask him, hey, if you run across a couple nice rings that you're just going to melt down, do you mind holding them back just for a little bit until I take a look at them? I'd like to pick up a few more nice rings while I can pick them up still relatively cheap. He does put some stuff online on like eBay and stuff if he gets something really nice in. But, there's that middle stuff that's going to get melted down, and there's opportunity there. If he's going to send it in to melt it down, what's the harm in letting, a friend take a couple pieces at a really good price? So I'm hoping to pick up a few good pieces this week. But with the price going up, I'll be honest, it makes me want to just hunt deals. I know someone left me a comment, and if you read through the comments, whoever it was, hopefully they leave the comment in this video about a big coin show coming up in, I can't remember what state it is, but if you scroll through the comments below and you just look, I'm sure now that I've said it, whoever it was that said big coin show on the 15th in 4 days, so basically this weekend, big coin show somewhere in the U.S., they'll probably write that in there again, and you'll have the opportunity to take a look, and maybe you're in that area. Coin shows, you can find awesome opportunities. You go with cash, you're prepared to buy, maybe even you might bring some stuff along, and maybe you can trade it. Maybe you've got a nice gold eagle that you want to trade it out and get some silver for it, or maybe you've got some really nice silver items and you want to trade it out and try to get gold for it. There's always going to be different opportunities. The question that a lot of people have to ask themselves is, do you really think we are at the top of the silver price? I mean, we came down quite a bit over the last couple weeks, and now we're already pushing back up towards that. We're sitting at pretty much $51 for silver right now. And I know today we were up to as high as $51.50, I think. We had climbed up quite a bit, and then we seen it come back down a certain amount. Let's see what we were at right here. Yeah, I'd say, $51.50, $51.40. But are we really down a whole lot when you think about it? Even that 40 cents that we're back down. I mean, it's not down that much. And if you go all the way back out to our all-time high, I mean, 54.40. 54.40. I mean, it's not that much when you look at this price right here. $3. We've seen big jumps. I mean, shoot, we've seen a $2 jump the other day. What do you think is causing that? That's big players that are buying it up. And I'm convinced that they're going to continue to buy it up. And that's why I'm picking up when I have the opportunities to. Now, there are a few things you got to be watchful for. Now, like I said, this is not financial advice, just my opinion. But one of the things that I would probably want to watch out for is high premiums. If you've got a lot of people selling, there's a lot of opportunity out there. And some of them people are paying lower right now because there is a lot of people selling. And because they're paying lower, if you really, really have to have something, if you're desperate to buy it, then you're probably not going to get that great of a deal on it. However, I'm always prepared to walk away. I've walked away from many things. Some of them I regret. There was a big silver skull, the decorative hand-poured skulls. I had a chance to buy not even 5 days ago. I had a chance to buy it for $47 an ounce. So it was $470. It was a 10-ounce silver skull. I mean, I'll be honest, with silver up $4 in just that short time period, I'm kind of disappointed that I didn't buy it. It was basically offered to me at essentially spot price, and I had a chance to buy it here in this area. This is a chart over the last month. I had a chance to buy it this area, and then the price started climbing, and when the price got up to like $49.50, I was kicking myself in the butt. I said $2.50, it's up. That would have been nice. 10 ounces is extra $25. And then when the price inched back down and it came back down to that area, I had the chance to buy it again, and I passed. And now the price is moving up even higher. I don't think it's going to be long before we break that all-time high that we had not too long ago. I want you to really understand how long ago. October 17th. That's 6 days away from a month ago. And in a month, in 6 days from now, I will be talking about this. When the all-time high is right here on the 30-day mark, and we're back up here, that's it. I think that's going to push. Once we get pushed into another new all-time high, that's going to wake some people up. And people are going to be talking about it. And as people talk about it, that's opportunity. So hopefully people are going out and picking up stuff when they can pick it up. So I recently did a poll. I don't know how many of you people voted on it. Well, I do know 70 people voted on it. And I asked people what would they prefer right now to be buying, silver or gold. Any guesses on the results? 66% of the people said they would rather be buying silver. They recognize that silver has a lot more room to run than gold. And gold, don't get me wrong, doesn't mean that gold is a bad investment. It just means they think they're going to be more profitable by investing their money in silver. And I would agree with that 100%. I think silver, because it's so inexpensive, as the price of gold continues to climb up, less people can afford it. Taking a quick look at the gold price right now, we got the gold price right now trading at $4,106. And I don't think we're anywhere near the end of this. I think gold will continue to shoot even higher, and a lot of people will miss the mark on this. But gold didn't really, I mean, it did get devastated, and it's already popped back up. But when you look at it right now, I mean, it's still down $265 from its high. And, I mean, is that a good jump? It's a little bit of a jump. Obviously, I wouldn't want to lose $250. However, I mean, there again, gold is starting to slowly work its way back up too. But the truth of the matter is, I'm after whatever investment is going to give me the biggest return. Because the higher we go, from the price that we paid, I mean, that's opportunity. That just is security right there. And I know some people don't want to see precious metals go up for a lot of different reasons. Some of y'all just realize that when gold and silver goes up, well, so ain't our cost of living. So ain't our rent. So ain't our electricity. So ain't our food. But to a certain point, if you have precious metals, that's going up too. And I believe that, one, I would rather have precious metals than too much cash, especially when stuff starts breaking down. You know, a lot of people think, oh, maybe I'll buy some later, but obviously times are tough. I saw a comment earlier today, well, I should say yesterday, that said basically, you know, money's been tight and haven't really been able to buy a whole lot of silver right now. And I would agree. Money is tight for a lot of people right now. People are having a hard time, especially with everything going on. But I think it's a matter of squeezing a little bit. A $3 silver dime, you can afford that. A lot of people can afford a $3 silver dime. And I know some people, you can't necessarily call up an online bullion dealer and have them deliver a $3 silver dime to your house. But there are coin shops maybe close to you, resale shops, stuff like that. Maybe even Facebook, where you can pick up essentially some of this stuff at a cheaper or fair price. You do have to be mindful anytime you buy on Facebook or Marketplace or whatever. You have to be mindful, but there are deals out there. And just because more people are selling does not make it right. Because, you know, from what we've seen in history, generally, people tend to choose the wrong choice. The smart money stands alone. They're the ones that are getting in front of the silver price. They're the ones that are buying it up right now because they know where it's going. You know, it's not a coincidence that some of these companies are just trying to pour money into gold and silver right now. And everyday people are bringing it in to try to sell it. I think that the way the price came down a little bit from its top, that gave people an opportunity, you know, to sell, kind of scare them a little bit. We're getting a little bit of a pop back up right now. And there are people that are running to try to sell what they have, because they think that little pop that we just seen, that we're coming back up again, is a temporary thing. And we're going to be plunging back down pretty soon. But I think a lot of those people are just going to regret it. You know, it's human nature, unfortunately, to do the wrong thing, to follow the crowd. The crowd says, the news media says, gold and silver is probably going to have a devastating pullback before the end of the year. I personally don't think that will happen, but it's not financial advice. I'm not licensed with, I don't know, Harvard or Yale or any of that stuff, some huge college degree. I just read a lot of stuff on this. I do pay attention to what's going on in the world, and you look how much stuff is going on, you have to see the writing on the wall that the dollar is slowly going down in the form of purchasing power, not in the form of the DXY, not in the form of where we see other countries going, because every country's currency is falling right now. It'd be hard-pressed to find a currency that is gaining purchasing power on a regular basis. Yes, I mean, someone might make the argument, no, the dollar's been up for a few days in a row. Okay, that's not really true purchasing power that you're comparing there. You have to compare the DXY to gold, and if you were doing that, you would see the DXY is plunging in price. And gold, that's why gold is going up. What's the gold price on the rise? Why $5,000 gold could be the next thing. You know, always watch, whenever you read articles, watch and see who wrote the article. What company? You know, did Kitco write an article? Did AppMax write an article? JM Bullion, whoever? Because a lot of times people that write articles, they have motivation, you know. And some people are just outright honest. They recognize something is wrong with the system, and they think buying gold makes sense or buying silver makes sense. So taking a quick look at the national debt, we have the national debt at $38,183,000,000,000. Taking a quick look at Bitcoin price, we have Bitcoin down a little bit for the day. It looks like it's up a little bit, but this is just from 12 a.m. Until now. And keep in mind, I'm filming this video last night. So if you look and Bitcoin is down to 100,000, be like, what? Or Bitcoin is up to 105,000. You know, I don't want you to think that I'm giving you bad info or something. I film these usually in the middle of the night when it's quiet and I won't have my phone ringing or different stuff. Them wanting to ask if I'm registered in Part A and B of Medicaid or whatever. The scam calls, my car warranty's out of line or whatever. So 103,315. Taking a quick look at assets based by market cap. Still pretty much everybody in the same spots. Broadcom did dip a little bit. It was in 9th. Now it's in 10th. But I expect these two to bounce around for a little while. And Bitcoin looking pretty good in its 8th spot. Silver looking really good in its 6th spot. Just going to be a matter of time, I believe, before silver is going to have a big jump and possibly even take out Google on this chart. So we'll see what happens. With that being said, like I said, it's not going to be a long video today. I don't even know if I made it 30 minutes yet. But I wanted to, even though I didn't really have many topics today, because I really didn't do much yesterday. I literally spent most of my day hanging out with veterans, going out to eat at a few different places, and now I didn't really have a whole lot to talk about today, but since I'm hearing so many people selling, I had someone send me some pictures of all the stuff that he bought up, and I'm probably gonna go and check it out one day this week or next week and just look it over. And then some of this stuff will end up getting shot up to the refineries and sent up even higher. I expect that, if what I had heard is correct, that the refineries are back buying 90%, they're back buying sterling silver, I would expect that they're paying a little bit less on that stuff. And I would also expect that if it gets a flood in from all these resellers and dealers, then we could end up seeing another stop in melting down that type of stuff. Or if there becomes a demand on kilo bars or 10-ounce bars, the pure stuff, the more silver quicker, then I would expect that, who knows if that they'll end up, once they take in a bunch of that stuff, that they'll end up basically stopping buying again. But I think, the price is looking good, so we'll see what happens. Like I said, this dip is pretty much looks like it's behind us. I don't think this is a fake out. I think we're going to gradually creep up, and a lot of people will just miss it, unfortunately. So if you have the opportunity to pick up some silver, pick up some deals, my personal opinion, I would definitely do it. If you're undecided, I would definitely do some more research on the topic, because I think a lot of people don't want to do their own homework. They'd rather just copy someone else's conclusion, their answers, and ultimately I don't think that benefits them. You don't want to be that guy that you have an investment and someone asks you and all of a sudden you have no reason why you really invest in it. Please do not say I invest in it because T-Square invests in it. It's good that you understand why you're investing in this topic, and I think we do have the potential to go a whole lot higher. With that being said, I'm going to wrap the video up here. I thank everybody for watching. Please be sure to check out some of these other great videos. If you didn't hit that subscribe yet and you made it this far, please take a minute, hit that subscribe button, leave me a comment, and thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and hitting that thumbs up button, because the more people hit that thumbs up button, the more people see this video. So it really helps out the channel. Thank you all, and I hope you all have a great Wednesday. It's hump day. We're almost through the week, so a 24-minute video, not bad. So thank you all for watching, and check out some of these other great videos. Take care, everybody. Have a great day. Bye-bye.